You're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com, part of Tequila Aficionado Media. I'm Alex Perez in Southern California, in the 626.
In the 626. I'm Mike Morales here, also in the 626. Alex is a little frozen on my screen. I hope I'm not frozen on yours, Alex.
No, you're not.
Okay. If you don't clear up, I'm going to have to call you back. I feel like I'm on dial-up. There you go. You're back. Okay. Alex, the reason we bring up the area codes is because all these tequilas are coming out with area codes. 901, 901 being Tennessee, I guess. 512 is Austin, Texas. We're familiar with that. 818 is this tequila. And that's who we're tasting today. We are tasting and dissecting 818 Tequila Reposado. First of all, I want to thank the folks at 818 who made this happen for us very quickly, as a matter of fact, before stuff ran out. Because I'll read you some information that came out in an article yesterday. We're filming this in the tail end of July. It's July 23rd. It was an article that came out on the 22nd that mentioned that it is the largest, fastest selling out of product as a launch in the first 30 minutes of its existence.
Amazing.
That's
amazing.
Crazy. So the folks at 818 made this happen for us. They sent us they hand delivered this stuff in a box with a game that I'm not even familiar with. I'm not even sure if I want to even play it, but that's okay. And it's got a nice little card. I guess it tells you a little bit about 818. This card, this paper, is agave paper. So this is part of.
It's got seeds in it.
Yeah, it's got like stems and pieces. So it's agave paper, and that's generally how it feels. It's very rough. Some of you with some old Don Julio bottles that came in the old the coffin know what agave paper is like, because that was wrapped in agave paper. But anyway, so we're gonna try 818 Reposado. We don't even have any notes. There was no POS sent to us. Do we have
this little note from Kendall?
Oh, that was nice. Did she
wait a minute. Kendall's calling me right now. Hold on a second.
Oh, answer the phone.
Hello?
Answer the phone.
Yes, Kendall, yes, we're tasting your tequila right now. We love the Blanco. We're about to try the Reposado. Yes. I'll get back to you, okay? Thank you so much.
Hey,
that's right.
Give her my number.
All right, I'm going to send you Mike's number. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Oh, my God. All right, we just broke the seal off of this tequila just now. They've been sitting in my office for about 10 days, and Alex for like maybe a week. I'm going to use a Glencairn to taste and dissect this.
Me too.
And I wanted to give it a fair chance. I'm also using a much larger pour. It's more of an Obama pour than I would normally use for a sample, just because I really, really want to get down to the bottom, the nitty gritty on this thing. For those of you familiar with 818,
nitty gritty.
You know, it's been the center of controversy. It's a whirlwind. It's a some would even call
light straw.
Yeah, it's actually a little bit deeper than light straw, I think.
You think?
Yeah, that's kind of why I looked at it, and I thought, I mean, look at it.
I just got bad lighting here.
Yeah, but right here, can you tell, Alex, on my side?
It looks a little light to me, but no, you're right. Probably a little light amber.
There you go. Now the legs and tears, much prettier on this one. That has to be
nice. Got nice viscosity, yeah. Ooh,
yeah.
Up the nose. You don't have to go digging for it. It comes right up.
And you know that this is the La Cofradia stamp on this nose.
This is well done.
Yeah.
It's well done.
Just in the nose alone, folks. It's very sweet in the center.
So you get the wood notes. Now they did say they're using oak barrels. They didn't say how long. I don't know if that information's on their website, but
Why on the 22nd, David Ian Gonzalez, who is their quality control, he's an officer in the company. He spent 10 to 15, 20 years with Casa Noble for years, and a lot of us in the business know him personally. He's one of my, well, I consider him one of our mentors, one of my mentors, and he went live on Instagram with their distributor in Georgia, and he walked her through the tasting, the proper tasting of any tequila, period, because that's what he does. And there you could follow him. I think it's called The Real David Ian on Instagram. Follow them. Drink 818. Follow them. They have pictures of him doing the quality control, the tasting. This guy has a palate, and he can teach you stuff on the fly. He's that good. And so, knowing what we know about him, I was really interested in this. Mostly celebrity brands don't interest me at all, and a lot of purists. But when I saw that he was involved, that spoke volumes to me. So I said, hey, can we get samples? Yeah. They made it happen. So,
and so far, it's pretty worthy.
Yeah, the Blanco was a Brand of Promise nominee in that category. It's an 80 proof tequila, but it delivers. It delivers.
No, I got some notes here. Their Reposado is rested in French oak barrels and blended with extra añejo.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Now I see why their price point is a little higher on the Repo.
It's a little higher.
In the $40 range.
Right. Right now, folks, while you're watching us, there is an añejo shortage.
Mike, you were right. The Blanco is rested in French oak for fresh vanilla roundness.
Ding, I knew it.
Ding, ding, ding.
See, that's.
How did I miss this last time?
That's courtesy of David Ian, because
that's his touch.
It's his touch. It's his touch. That's awesome. And you know what?
Winner. That's a winner.
They probably the Blanco. The interesting thing is the Blanco did not have a tinge to it. Like you said, you mentioned it wasn't bright and shiny, but it was Blanco. So
right.
You and I are old enough to remember the Herradura Blanco Suave. What Herradura would do is they would rest it in a whiskey barrel and pull it out after 28 days. Their Blanco, and they petitioned the CRT years and years ago to use Blanco Suave as a descriptor on their label, to let people know that it just rounded out the edges,
right? So
they could still call it a Blanco.
Sure.
And there's another one that's out there. I think you and I had it called Suave, and they call it a lunar rested. So they use the phases of the moon, and then they pull it out right before they have to call it officially. Have to call it a reposado. So this one is blended. I was just getting to the point that we're in the middle of a not only an agave shortage, we're in the middle of an añejo shortage due to the pandemic. It's starting to level out from what I've heard, but it's not uncommon now to have reposados that are being blended with aged spirits because there's not enough aged spirits on the market.
Right.
And when you do that, Alex, that's more labor intensive, right? Sure. Blending and then trying to get the consistency, which is what David does.
It's blending. He's a blender.
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing new. It's been done with rum, been done with whiskey. It's done with brandy, Jerez, sherry. It's done that way. Sherry's got the famous Solera method. That's how sherry is done. So
very nice. It's got a beautiful note. They got honey notes.
It's got some good alcohol in the center, which is okay. I'm looking for that.
I'm getting some dried fruit, a little bit of dried fruit.
Well, the wood notes, the cocoa and the coffee that we're familiar with from the French oak barrels coming from La Cofradia, that's very distinctive.
Nice. Well,
those barrels keep on giving, and they keep on giving. You want to dive in? I think we need to taste this thing, man.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Caramel.
Yeah. Oh my God, the pairing, the 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 pairing possibilities. If you know
Wow, that's
David, or
really good.
if you follow David by any, and I gotta say, this is, he's not the distiller, but he's the guy overseeing the quality. And if you know anything about David, David's very much into food pairing as well. He's got a very huge palate. I can see this paired with a cigar. He's a cigar smoker, I know, because I've smoked cigars with him before. But he's really into chocolates as well. This is, and you know what, Alex? Surprisingly, there was something that I couldn't pull out. I had a feeling that it was being rested slightly in an oak in the French oak, but what I found is you said this is being blended with extra añejo. You know what surprises me?
What's that?
It's still bright on the palate. It's not heavy.
Yeah.
Because some extra añejos, especially coming from La Cofradia, if you've had Casa Noble or you've had some of the other brands that come out of there, the aged, or even Señor Rio, those brands have a lot heavier hand on the añejo and the reposado. This one, I thought I didn't know what to expect, but at mid palate, it was bright.
It is bright. I get bright honey notes.
Yes.
It's like honey. It's like I can't explain it. Bright honey notes, and it's light, like you said. It's not syrupy. It's not heavy.
Yeah.
What a great reposado.
Yeah. Holy cow, man.
Mm.
I was hoping.
Wow.
I was hoping that the quality was going to be there. And you know what? Like I said with the Blanco, this delivers, and I'm not even going to hesitate, man. I know.
Give it the palate.
I'm going to give it I'm going to give it the paddle.
The TA nominee, yes.
The TA Brand of Promise nominee. Holy moly!
Very good.
Wow, folks, I got to tell you, here's what I'm going to say too. I know that I remember David having been interviewed, and he mentioned that Kendall had mentioned that there was no brands that were speaking to her generation, millennials and younger. Okay, I have to say that not only can this speak to them, but how do I say this without sounding condescending like an old guy? All right. This tequila brings me back to some of the old quality, old style. And what I love about this is that there's new every 10 years we have a new generation of drinkers, okay? Yeah. And they're experimenting and a lot of them are going to shoot, and a lot of 80% of the tequilas that come online are consumed in cocktails. We know that. This one has got a story, and it's got versatility, but you really need to take your time with it. I think that this is a way for her generation and younger to learn to actually enjoy tequila, sip tequila, not like us when we grew up shooting.
It was shooting. It's awesome.
We were shooting. Yeah. And then for the last 20 some odd years, Tequila Aficionado has been trying to tell people this is how you taste it, and it's taken this long to clean up the stuff from previous generations. Now this generation, you're gonna love this stuff, but my suggestion is that you learn the ins and outs of proper tasting. So if you see David Ian, who is David Ian Gonzalez, who is now probably the main brand ambassador for 818, and you get a chance to go to one of his dinners or pairing dinners or see him online, pay attention, take notes, please, or you're going to miss out on some of the nuances.
Right. I'm impressed, and I'm really excited that David's leading this. I'd like to see what else comes out of this.
There's an añejo.
Exactly, the añejo.
The añejo, from what I understand, according to that Instagram live that I saw in July, I don't know when you're going to be watching this video, but The first pallets just left to Georgia, so it's so new that you can't. I mean, you can't even get the añejo. I tell you what, this reposado does the trick, though.
Excellent, excellent reposado.
Yeah,
I have fallen in love with reposados. They've made an amazing comeback, and this
they
is a
have.
really nice example of that.
Alex and I have been at the forefront of the resurgence of the reposado, and I said this. You and I said this in the last 5 years, about 5 or 6 years. It used to be the reposado was an afterthought.
Sure, it was a stepchild. It was kind of a gotta do it, gotta take care of the reposado, make one, and let's head over to the añejo.
Yeah, yeah, and we would see the natural. If you've been following us at all, we have over 1,000 videos, and you can see some of the early stuff where you see the natural progression from a blanco to a reposado to an añejo. And in the last 5 or 6 years, that's been a change. It's now been where the reposado makes a statement. The reposado, we have run across brands, myself and the other TJs as well, where every expression is like for a different market. Right. There's no natural progression anymore. So this one here really requires some time. I'm gonna, folks at 818 who made this happen, we so appreciate it. I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring. I need the añejo.
We need the añejo.
We need the añejo because I want to see where they're going with this.
Oh yeah, you know what? We love to taste the product out of the new distillery.
Yes.
Let us be your litmus test. I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm sure it's going to be good. If you've got David Yon behind it, it's going to be good.
Just for the sake of transparency on our end and on their end, because they don't tell us what to say and we don't tell them how to run their business. So we have that unstated relationship with all of our brands. This is coming from 1137. That's the gnome number. That's La Cofradia. Those of you who are familiar with that distillery, you've seen some great brands come out of there. It's been around forever. It is one of the more reputable maquiladoras out there. They own their own property. They Casa Noble is still organic to my knowledge, and they have organic fields where they get their agave from as well. Now here's the thing I wanted to talk about. Find out more how we incorporate sustainability into 818 at drink818.com/sustainability. They are Kendall Jenner and I guess the whole team is involved in giving back to the community in a way that is nonprofit. They're up and up on that. Not only are they making agave, bricks out of agave fiber, but they're giving back to the communities where they're making this tequila and other surrounding communities. So they're working very closely with that. I guess it's important. Many more brands are doing that. Lots of brands, Sombra and Astral were at the forefront of doing stuff like that. Many others are doing that as well. I know if you're a purist and you've been watching us for a long time, I get it. I know that you're skeptical, okay? But I'm telling you, if you can get past your skepticism and the fact that there's a celebrity behind this brand, if you didn't know who 818 was and who's behind it, I'd say pick it up. The worst that can happen is you can enjoy this with a piece of chocolate. All right?
No, it's very good. It's worthy of your spirit library.
And the final thing I want to say just very quickly, I want to mention that 818 will be moving. It has been documented by the Spirits business. Over the past month, demand for the product has led Jenner's 818 to expand production. Novi, who is one of their officers, the COO, we've migrated to a distillery where we are the one and only being tequila made there. So we identified that the size of our opportunity was bigger than the capabilities that we had. They actually pivoted very quickly so they wouldn't be caught with their pants down because nobody saw this coming.
It's a demand, high demand.
Well, you know, everybody saw the bad press and the missteps.
It's the power of social media.
Yeah, but everybody, you know, you got a small microcosm of people who are accusing her of this and that and the other. And I've gone on record on USA Today saying it's a non-issue. It's not a big deal.
No,
No, no.
it's a
But
distraction.
yeah, it's just a
But
distraction.
it's a good product.
The quality is there. What's our price point for the Repo? Do we know?
Price point on the Repo is in the $50 range.
You know what? It's labor intensive. It's not done the same way as the other brands coming out of La Cofradia. All right, this one is different.
$50 range.
Yeah, I would say it's even different labor intensive than Mi Campo because they're using a whole other set of barrels.
Well, you're talking blending.
Yeah.
Blending and aging. That's a lot of labor. A lot.
Yeah.
This is art. This is art in liquid art, if you will.
Do me a favor. Could you call her and let her know that Mike approves?
You what?
Could you call? Could you call?
I can get her back on the line.
Tell me you get her. You know that's such a beautiful is that your wallpaper on your phone? No, that's her avatar, right?
She was calling me.
See, Alex is so well connected that we never know who's going to call him. You know, The Rock has yet to call him, so that's we're still our jury's
Well, The
still.
Rock doesn't look like Kendall Jenner, so.
Well, no, that's true too.
Here she is again. Let me call. Let me give her a call.
Please tell her from me that we love the Reposado.
Kendall, it's Alex with Tequila Aficionado. How are you? We just finished sipping off the cup. In fact, we're still on the line. Yes, we did. We loved it. Yes, thank you. Mike wants to let you know he loved it. I'll send you his number. He wants to talk to you.
I'm free for parties.
He's free. He's free for parties.
I'm in LA. So is Alex.
In LA. He's in 66. I'm in 66. We're not too far away. Sure. Yeah, we get together. All right, I'll DM you. Thanks. All right. So we'll put something together.
All right, that'll be great. I can't wait. Alex, that's our take on 818 Reposado, folks. We've had a lot of fun. Get yourself some. Don't be afraid. I'm telling you, it's there. And you know what? If you're watching us on YouTube and you've had it, send us a comment. Tell us what you think. If you're using it for recipes, if you're using it for cocktails, tell us what you're doing with it. Give us a like on the video. Subscribe, unless you've got a commitment phobia or something. Give us a like because it helps with the algorithm, and hit the notification bell because what we are doing now, what we've had to do this year, is every review we do the month before, we stream all of them the next month. So you can binge watch your heart out on all these new tequilas that we're getting, and mezcalas and raicillas and everything else, every agave spirit under the sun, and globally. All right. So those folks who are watching us in the UK, if you can find this, I say get it. All right.
Get yourself some. That's right.
Yeah. Again, that's our take on 818. I'm Mike Morales here in, where am I? Oh, the 626. You are?
Alex Ferret, also in the 626. Thanks for watching our 818 review. You've been watching Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media. Thanks for watching, and as always, sip wisely.
10-4.